the let's see, the +1 upgrade going here. Starport going up, so it looks like he might try to get Science Vessels to help him out, and I think really that's going to take too much time. If he just put down another racks and just start really pumping out Marines here, make sure he keeps building supply depots as well, because he doesn't want to hit his supply cap. But if he just keeps pumping out Marines, he can easily drive these Mutalisks off. If he just maybe does a slow turret push, put the turret here on the high ground, put a turret here, a couple turrets on the low ground, he could easily just slow push his way into his natural expansion. If he really wanted to be safe, he could put a bunker on the high ground as well to help protect the SCV's building. But right now, he needs to take that expansion. I mean, he's got that command center. If that's what he really wants to do, he needs to get a higher Marine count. He's got a good number here, but with medics at 0 energy, it's kind of working against him. He's not going to have enough units. He's not going to have enough. He can't keep stemming. That's what I'm trying to say. He won't be able to keep stemming since those medics don't have the energy to keep healing AeriALs. And AeriALs, all he's doing is just pretty much building primarily his Marines. Science facility going up. Marines out in the open getting picked off by the Mutalisks. And Zero, meanwhile, what's Zero doing? Zero is actually getting his economy back up. He's got a lot more drones now. He's trying to get his economy back up. He's actually got the Hydrogen down. No lurker aspect being researched just yet. Ooh, and 2 medics bite the dust along with the Marines out in the open. So now AeriALs kind of back down to square one. His mineral count is climbing up very high. He needs to start using those minerals. 4th barracks under construction. He should be willing to sacrifice. He should be trying to get a couple turrets up to help defend his command center for when it lands, to help defend against any sort of Mutalisk harass from Zero. And he just does not have the Marines right now to push out before. If he had gotten a couple barracks earlier, he kept up with his macro, he might have been able to do okay. And landing the command center in the natural expansion, I think that's a huge mistake. Those Mutalisks are going to be able to come over here and pick it up, and there they come, coming off to pick off the command center. And now this is not looking good for AeriALs at all. If he loses that command center, he's going to be in a ton of trouble. Zero just doing a great job with his Mutalisks right here, just constantly harassing AeriALs, just constantly keeping him back, keeping his Marine count low. And AeriALs trying to bring in SCVs, trying to repair the command center. Is the command center going to make it? Is it going to make it? I don't think so. There's just too many Mutalisks. They're picking off the SCVs below the command center. Not enough Marines to try to defend that command center, and it's going to go down in a blaze of glory. Or I should say a blazing inferno. So we got Science Vessels almost out, Irradiate almost out. We have Lurker Aspect almost finished, and AeriALs is not going to be prepared for this at all. He's still got his factory floating above his starport. He needs to land that fairly soon here and get some siege tanks out. He's got to realize that Zero has his economy back up. Actually, Zero's taking the 12 o'clock location here. He's got to realize that Zero has been getting his economy back up. He's got to realize that there's going to be a tech switch here soon, because Zerg always do a tech switch to Lurkers. For whatever reason, if they can't prevent Ethereum from taking their natural expansion, ooh, ouch, losing the Mutalisks there. If for whatever reason a Zerg can't prevent Ethereum from taking their natural expansion, and regardless, a Zerg always gets Lurker mid-game, because you need those Lurkers to help deal with the giant Terran ball that sometimes moves out in the mid-game and starts hunting down Zerg expansions. You got to have Lurkers to defend those expansions, and Lurkers are just Marine killers. They just eat Marines alive every day for breakfast, at least 20 of them. And I don't know how the Zerg are able to keep 20 Marines alive. Ooh, Science Vessel going down. Mutalisks coming in, taking the hits while those Scourge can take out those Science Vessels, and that's just huge. That Science Vessel had enough energy, I believe, for even an Irradiate, but it just got taken down. AeriALs climbing up into 1,000 minerals there just for a second. And really, if he wants to keep his minerals count down, he needs to start putting down another couple barracks, or at least his factory. He's still not putting down a factory. He has to realize that there's a Hydroden out, and that Lurker is going to be on the way. Lurkers are already finished, actually, and now Zero is going to be able to easily contain AeriALs in his natural expansion while he takes the map. And AeriALs just in a lot of trouble. Still has not landed that factory. What is he doing? Just sitting there. He's got to see those Lurkers. He's got to see those Lurkers with the Science Vessel now. That's got to be in range. He has to see those guys. And he better get this factory. That's what he's doing. He's getting that factory landed now. Command Center going up. He's going to still try to take his natural expansion. If he's going to do that, if he's going to take his natural expansion, what he needs to do is he needs to get up at least 2 bunkers and a couple missile turrets to help deal with the Lurker threat that could potentially be coming. Zero could just be using just a couple of these handful of Lurkers, and usually what a Zerg will do with the Lurker contain is tech up the Hive while they have the Terran contain and get Dark Swarm and Ultras while they have a Terran player contained, because Zero realizing that there's no siege tanks, he's realizing, okay, I'm safe, and he'll probably start taking the map here in the next minute or so and attempt to get more gas. You can see he already has his third gas, but he's probably going to want this fourth gas in the corner here pretty soon. And more lurkers coming down. Zergling's coming in. Maybe that's going to be covered for the lurkers. No, it's going to be covered for the Scourge. Scourge coming in there, nailing that science vessel. So now AeriALs again down a science vessel. Now he's got to wait for another science vessel. He's really hurting on gas, but he has tons of minerals. Again, if he just puts down a couple more barracks, I mean, you can see he has 2-3 Marines in each barracks. He just needs a couple more barracks. Still no siege tanks coming out. He's got to get a siege tank out. He's got to realize that he's in trouble. He should have put up a couple of bunkers while he had the chance, with some turrets to help stall the lurker push here. You can see him running in here trying to get his second gas, trying to get his gas count back up. But I think it's going to be just a little bit too late. You can see Zero just really has his economy going, really has his upgrades going and everything. He's got a lot of lurkers out here, and I think he's going to start pushing in. He's going to start pushing in here. He's going to start leapfrogging into AeriALs' base, and of course, since AeriAL is trapped inside his own natural, there's really not too much you can do about it. He's going to just keep falling back, falling back, falling back. He's going to probably try to wait for this siege tank that's going to come up, but really one siege tank against like 12 lurkers, not going to do all that much. AeriALs losing a couple Marines here, trying to pull them back, trying to prevent them from being picked off. But this is firmly in Zero's hands here, unless Zero makes some kind of atrocious mistake and loses all these lurkers, and that's going to let AeriALs out. AeriALs also, before these lurkers got into place, he could have pushed out and potentially scouted around for expansions with an SCV, maybe even pushed out his Marines into the middle ground. Now Siege Tank coming out. Siege Tank getting too close to the lurkers. Lurkers con-firing on the Siege Tank. Siege Tank is going to go down, goes down in a blaze of fiery explosions, and now tons of Marines just running to lurkers, getting eaten. I swear. Look at this: 4 kills, 1 kill, 1 kill, 1, 2, 5 kill lurker. And so these lurkers, they're all having a second breakfast right now. They already ate their 20 Marines, but now they're like, what about second breakfast? And so now they're moving up the ramp, and now AeriALs moving in, spraying out his Marines quite nicely to deal with these lurkers. But really, he's just not going to have the numbers. He definitely has the minerals, but just not the numbers to deal with all these lurkers on the high ground, the lurkers on the low ground, and losing his factory, his machine shop add-on. This is pretty much going to be GG for AeriALs. So now he's going to lose his second siege tank. It's going to get taken out before he can retreat it, and this is over. This game is over. AeriALs loses game 1 to 0, and so we're going to go ahead and move on to game number 2.